Hello, friends. Hi. How are you all? Is anybody on with me? Let's see. Okay. I need to tag. Let's see here. I hope hello. Hi. Come and say hi. If you're watching the replay, please just hashtag replay. And as I'm going here, I'm waiting for people to come on. Please say hello when you're here so I know you're here. Wants to join. Guest approve. I'm adding you, Skylar. You guys come on and watch me and my friend Skylar. Hello,
Hello.
Skylar. What's up?
Not much, not much. Little hairy. I've been shaving the dog over here. I'm
Shave
running my own.
your own dog?
Yeah, yeah. She got a little dirty and got knots in her hair and stuff,
What kind
and
of dog?
so she's a cockapoo. So she's super furry, and we let her hair grow out because it was winter time, but now it's getting hot. And I called the groomer, and the groomer's like a week and a half out, and I'm like, yeah, I'll just do it myself.
Funny. I don't have that issue. I have two short hair chihuahuas, so
Oh,
they don't get
yeah.
and they're
Arika's allergic to regular dog fur, so we have to
oh
have poodle type dogs.
wait,
Yeah,
so that's how you I thought it was Erica. It's Erika.
it's Arika.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay. Nice.
to us when we read it, it's like Erica,
Yeah,
but like
yeah,
yeah, she wouldn't have married me if I didn't say it right. So
yeah. Of course not.
yeah,
So thank you for coming on here with us.
absolutely.
Got a lot of people who showed interest in all the stuff I've been posting about tap to trade lately, and
Yeah,
I think you're much better at explaining it than I am, as you know what you're talking about. I'm a brand new trader. I mean, we're talking what, 3 weeks in, something like that, and I know nothing. I mean, trading to me was, oh, I'll trade you my handbag for your shoes. I
yeah,
mean, seriously, it wasn't anything like, I had no clue. I didn't even know what a stop loss or any of that stuff I'm learning. I didn't know any of it, nothing.
yeah.
So I'm loving that I'm learning it, and I'm earning while I'm earning while I'm learning.
Yeah, that's
Love it.
beautiful. And I think that's probably the most important part because, like, I mean, that's a testimony in itself, right? It's like you were able to plug in and start just hitting approve, and you started earning while you're learning. And it's like now, you said to me a stop loss, and I bet $1 million right now that 4 weeks ago you had no idea what a stop loss was, and it's
No clue,
like
no
what?
clue.
But now you do, and it simply came from that magic button of hitting approve, and then that questioning of like, wait, how did I just make this money? Like, what
Right, right,
happened?
right. I mean,
Yeah,
it's incredible how just that. I mean, it's so easy, and I'm looking for it every single day.
yeah.
I'm like, oh, I hear my phone. I hear it. I got tap tap.
It makes that cha-ching, and you're like, oh, okay.
I love it.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's good.
Yeah. So can you tell everybody what it's all about?
Yeah, absolutely. So, from me, past experience, I've been trading for about 7 years. I actually was able to become successful about 5 years ago, and walk away from my 9 to 5 job to be able to be where I'm at today. And, obviously that looks different for each and every single person as to what their why is. But what I wanted was to be a part of my daughter's life and actually be there at school pickup and drop off and things like that. And so it really put me in a position where I had only a couple choices. I didn't have a college degree. I was actually a ninth grade dropout. So there wasn't much going for me in life, but I seen a lot of people making money in trading. And I was like, I had a mentor tell me a long time ago, trading, it doesn't matter. It doesn't discriminate, right? It doesn't matter if you went to jail or Yale, you can come in and learn how to trade. And so I was like, let me get in on this. And why I bring that up is because when I started, I wish I had a system like this. Like, I had to utilize Google and YouTube gurus, and I had to pay for mentorship, and I paid way more money for mentorship than I ever have with this platform. And now it's like here, I'm kind of jealous, like this wasn't here when I started because it's that easy. So two of the most, I think, important parts, three of the most important parts here would be we do have the tech. So we have the tap to trade system. We give you access to OPM, which is other people's money, and then we give you a community to do it in with, right? And so I think those are the three major components here that make this system so beautiful. But I'll break that down. The tap to trade system is so easy that, like, right now, the people that are watching this live, they got a notification that you went live and they clicked the live button, and here they are watching the video. And so with the tap to trade system, it works exactly like that. You get a notification, it makes a cha-ching sound, it pops up on your bar no matter what, if you're on Android or iPhone, like however you got your notifications set up, it's there. You click it, it opens the app, you hit approve, you verify that that's what I want to approve, you hit approve again, and now you're in a trade. Whether you understand it or not, you are. Now, obviously, past profits don't guarantee future results, but we have documented 6, 7, and 8-figure traders that are calling these trades. These are seasoned, experienced traders that are marking up the charts for you, calling the trades for you to utilize so that you can make profit, earn while you learn, right? And so that's the tap to trade system. Now you're probably asking, like, OPM, what do you mean with the other people's money? The other people's money is that we have access nowadays to prop firms. Prop firms give you the accessibility. It's a company, a big banking system that is going to fund money to independent contracted traders. Now, they don't just give anybody and everybody money. There is a process to be able to get access to that, just like you would be a job, right? If I go to apply for a job, I have to fill out the application. I have to provide a resume. I have to show up to the interview. I have to pass the interview. And then usually you have like a 90-day hiring period. And it's similar to that when it comes to prop firms, where they give you a phase 1 and a phase 2. And once you pass the challenge, no matter what the challenge amount is, once you've passed it, you now have access to those funds. And they do a profit split. Most prop firms are doing 80-20 splits, to where you get to keep 80% of the profit, they keep 20%, and that's how they stay in business. But that's also how this company stays in business. One, because they give you that account. Two, they teach you how to trade. And three, well, I mean, they're giving you trades to trade with while you're learning, but they're creating you as a profitable trader, giving you the opportunity to get money, so that way you continue to pay for their education and you learn, right? And so it helps this business, it helps the prop firms, plus it helps you. And I think those are the two most important parts of the tap to trade system, the OPM, and then the fact of the community, right? And we are who we put ourselves around. And I think that's probably one of the most beautiful parts for me. And that's why I do things like this, because coming from somebody that has been a trader, and a successful trader at that, for the last 5+ years, loneliness, mental, like, just pressure on your mind and things like that happened. And I can, when in doubt, zoom out. I can see that over the last year, I can pinpoint a month that was really stressful in my life, and I can look at my trading results and tell you right there, it shows it in my trade results. And so, having backed by a powerful community of other like-minded individuals that are, one might be motivated today and I might not be, but their motivation feeds into me, and that's where my energy comes from. And so I think with those three components is why we're seeing so much success here. If that answers your question.
Yes, totally. Oh, that's great. That's awesome. And I love that anyone can do this. Like,
Yeah.
it could be, I mean, as long as you have a phone, you can tap.
Yeah.
Right. Seriously, anyone. It's not one of those things you got to sell and sell and sell, like, I mean, you don't have to be in network marketing. You don't have to be a salesperson or anything. You just tap. If you tap on your phone, I mean, you don't even honestly even have to learn to trade if you don't want to. You can tap. That's what I know. Some people do that.
Yeah.
They just tap. I mean, I personally want to learn.
Yeah.
Because
I think it's important. I like to tell a lot of people it's a gateway button, because you start processing questions of, like, how did I just make this money? And that's why Akasha set it up. And I want to tell people, like, do take the time and effort to learn, but do it on your own time, right? A lot of us have, lives, like right now my daughter's in travel soccer. We're at the fields Tuesday and Thursday. On Saturdays and Sundays we're at games and stuff like that. And I can only imagine that, if I still had a job, that I would be adding that in and things like that. And then by the time you get home, you're wore out, but you still want to take the opportunity to learn, because, like, there are always these what ifs of, like, what if the button wasn't there? Well, if you're already a millionaire because of the button and you didn't take the time to learn, well, now you're no longer a millionaire. So I do push people to actually learning the opportunity, because it is an education company, like all in one. They just give us the tools that we can utilize to help us along the way, instead of like colleges where it's like you can't go and get a job in that field until you get the degree. So you got to stay in debt, stay in debt, stay in debt, stay in debt until you get the job. And by the time you get the job, now you're so much in debt, it's going to take you a lifetime before retirement to pay it
Right.
off. Here it's different. They're giving you access to make money while you're learning, and it completely changes the per diem of that, of like what that looks like in education. And so I do think it's important, again, to just like also like let people know that there's so much education here for you to have the opportunity. And it being the foreign exchange markets, you can trade 24/5. They also have access to crypto, which allows you to trade 24/7. So the whole I don't have time thing is like a huge excuse to me, because
Mhm.
it's like, well, we all have 24 hours in the day. And I know that like if you had enough time to hop on this live or heart my post, you had enough time to hit approve on a trade button and maybe catch a
Right.
live call, right? So yeah, that was just my 2 cents on that.
That's great. That's great. I mean, I'm taking my time learning because
Yes,
my PhD doesn't allow me to take in too much at the same time.
exactly. Yeah, same,
Like
same.
I have to read the same thing like 30 times before I understand it.
Yeah.
That's probably why you hear me asking the same questions all the time.
No, and it's fine because I'm the same way, like, God, reading, like, but I love reading, like, as just like a pastime. And I read a lot when I'm at my daughter's school because I don't have cell phone service. But like what you just said, I'll read the whole page, but I'll be thinking about this and this and this and this. And then I'll be like, wait, what did I just read? And I got to read it again. So, but
Exactly, exactly. So I mean, I love that it's all there at our fingertips,
yeah,
to be able to learn everything. I mean, everything. Like all these experts sharing everything with us. I mean,
yeah.
you'd have to pay coaches so much more money for that.
Yeah, I mean, no disclaimer attached. I paid over almost $10,000 for my very first mentor.
Really?
And I did that in lump sums of 2,500, 2,500, 2,500. But alls I got was the tools on how to trade. What I didn't have though was the money to put in a trade account to trade with. I didn't have the tools here when it comes to like the tap to trade system and stuff like that. I got 2 Zooms a week and it sent a bunch of material that I had to read through. I didn't have videos to watch. I didn't have live calls to hop on. I didn't have the tech of like the tap to trade system. And I invested $10,000 to be able to learn that skill set. And that's what I was saying. Like, that's why I love the fact that we have this and
Mm-hmm.
at such a low cost, because it's like, you can break it into monthly increments, or you can pay for a whole year
Mm-hmm.
and get access to OPM and start making money and start paying yourself back before you even know what the heck you're
Yeah,
doing. Like,
exactly, exactly. I
so,
love OPM.
yeah.
I didn't know
Other
what it
people,
was before.
yeah,
Like I love it though.
yeah, yeah. No, it's beautiful, right?
Yeah, it's fabulous to not. I mean, I don't have money to put into some trading, account. Like I don't have my own.
Yeah.
So I mean, I
Well,
love
and even if you did, it's scary. It is scary because it's like, obviously people expect to be able to make at least $100 a day. And if you don't have like a significantly big account,
hmm
that's going to be very hard and not going to help you
right.
very much. Because if you try to make $100 a day off of $100, I'm sorry, you're going to lose the $100. But when you have access to $10,000, making $100 with $10,000 seems a little bit easier. And so it's like, yeah, somebody might have $10,000 to put in a live trading account, but with absolutely no education. They maybe been to a casino once or twice, but that's all they're going to do is gamble. And it's like, that's scary. So having access to other people's money at a low cost
hmm
with the possibility of passing this challenge and actually making that money yours is one and none the best thing that I've ever seen.
Yeah, I'm like, this is gonna be my retirement for me and everything. Like I'm so looking forward to passing my challenges for one,
Yeah,
you know, learning about how to do it on my own.
yeah,
Like I see a lot of, a lot of people in the community learning how to do all their own
yeah,
trades and being really successful. So that's where I want to be. And
absolutely.
this
Yeah,
is giving me the tools.
yeah. No, it's a beautiful system. I'm super appreciative. A lot of people ask me like, "How are you doing today?" And one of my favorite things to tell people is blessed and highly favored. An opportunity knocked on my door. I opened up the door. I walked through. Here it is, and now I have that. And like to understand like the amount of access that we have to the financial markets is one and none. Like the best thing that's ever happened to me in my life. And it's like, so I am blessed and I'm highly favored when it comes to this system, because it's like it came to me in the right time in life too as well.
Right.
I got a lot more going on. My wife's from the UK. We're going through visas and things like that. We're doing a lot of traveling back and forth. My daughter's, like I said, in travel, soccer. So I didn't have a lot of time to even apply to the charts. And so for me, even as a seasoned trader that can trade, having access to knowing people that are going to call successful trades, and me not have to do the chart markup, me not having to stare at my computer screen and things like that, and just being able to trust the process, hitting approve, like it came to me even as somebody, like, if you are watching this and you're like, oh, I already know how to trade, like it's helped me. I know how to trade too.
Right,
Like,
right,
but why wouldn't I use this system,
right, right.
So
Why use, why not? Yeah,
yep.
it doesn't make any sense. So if you're on the fence, if anyone's on the fence, and you have questions, go ahead and ask, and
Yeah.
we'll get back to you. Skylar, he's pro, so,
Yeah,
you know,
and you're more than welcome to put me in group chats and stuff
uh,
like that. If after the live somebody wants to ask questions that maybe that you can't answer or
yeah,
whatnot, like feel free to.
probably won't be able to answer, but, anything else I can. But yeah, I love it. I love it. I'm so excited. I mean, it's just been, it's been so much fun too. It's like waiting for my phone, tap, tap. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, so my mom's known and seen for years me learning and things like that, and she never joined in with me on like my trading experience, because like, not that she was doubtful that it wouldn't work for me, but she's seen all the stress and the amount of money that I was paying to learn. But she's in this now, and like, she actually just came and picked Erika up just a second ago. They went to get their nails done, but like my mom was all excited. She was like, maybe when I can tap, 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 because she's got her new nails. And she was like, I love getting my nails done and then hearing the tap on the screen while I'm tapping. And I was like, oh my God. you
Cute.
know, but it's beautiful because like, and I say that with heart because like my mom's a woman that like had no idea like how to even download an app in the app store just like a couple years ago, and like she's the woman that when you call on the phone, she screams in it like it's a microphone. And I'm like, Mom, like, you got to scream in it. And so just like the amount of disconnect that she had with technology, but being able for me to show her within a quick 5-minute process of like, Mom, just here, cha-ching, hit approve, and you're good. Like she's doing it. If she can do it, you can
Oh,
too. Like,
gosh, I know. Maybe my mom can do it. I just started
yeah,
talking about it. Oh, that'd be so much fun for her too. She'd be listening. Yeah.
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I know several people on the team have their parents in it now too,
Really?
because like,
Oh,
yeah, I think actually one of them's watching the live call right now.
oh, well, that's a great idea.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, I love that. There's no, we don't have to sell anything. We don't have to recruit unless we want to, which I'm sharing because I love to share like amazing things I'm in
yeah,
with other people. I want to bless other people's lives,
you
That's
should.
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
I mean, you
it's
should.
caring. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, yeah. No, and like it, and obviously it does help out too. Guys, like if this is something that you wanted to do, but you were like looking at the monthly, and you're like, I don't want to pay the monthly. The company does offer a 3 and free program, which is a beautiful thing to have. If you were looking at like a monthly package, if you're looking at the yearly, but you sign up a couple of yearlies, like that would transfer into to that later on, and so like. It helps you also not having to pay overhead and maybe get a little bit of money back in your pocket, on top of the fact that like I've got several success stories in my life where I've actually put people onto trading. One of them is probably the most motivational for me. One of my guys, MJ, 4 years ago, I got him involved in trading. He had no idea what it was. Just 2 weeks ago, he filled up an entire auditorium where people paid $5,000 per ticket just to hear him speak
Wow.
about trading and what it's done for his life. And so it's like I have the testimonials of people actually joining me, listening to what I had to say, plugging into with the right systems, the right people, the right places, and the right timing. And now they've actually been able to create success stories. So like for me as somebody that's sharing, like I'm not ever not going to be a messenger,
Right.
because I don't want to impact anybody. Like I want to change people's lives. So if I don't tell them, that's on me if that doesn't change their life. But if I tell them and they say no to me, that's not on me anymore. Like,
Exactly.
but if they say yes and they do something with it, like I'm gonna be that person that they talk about.
Yeah.
And I love that so much. So yeah, like I don't shame anybody for sharing stuff.
Yeah.
Like
I love your story too. I just love it.
yeah.
So yeah, if anyone has any questions, like you said, we're more than happy to answer them. So just put tap below and we will get back to you. But thank you so much for all that. That was
Yeah.
like more information than I could have asked for. You're amazing. You're an amazing mentor. I really appreciate you.
Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate you and all that you do, and I can't wait to see you succeed and pass your challenge. And
Thank you.
let's
Yes.
tell some more people
And
about it.
you know that I'll be the one asking the other questions over and over and over.
Yeah. I like how you stopped yourself. You almost said dumb question.
I
No, no
know. I
question is
changed
dumb.
you saw that. I changed.
The question you don't ask is the dumb question. So
Exactly.
yeah,
Okay,
awesome.
Skylar, thank you so much. I'll let you get back to your fuzzy dog.
Yeah, it's just not my living room's more fuzzy than she is now. So I've got to go vacuum.
Okay.
I'll see you.
Okay, thank you. Okay, guys. So you heard that, right? Thank you everybody for coming on with me. Hi, Jennifer. Hi, Linda. Hi, Gina. Hi, Caleb. Hi, everybody. Shannon, everybody. I really appreciate you for coming on here. I'm sorry, I would have said hi to you, but he was in the middle of talking, and I didn't want to, I don't want to start. Well, oh, hi, in the middle of it. But seriously, if you're on fence, get off that fence because this is like amazing. This is gonna be like it's not like you don't have to sell anything. Seriously, I just want to help people. I want people to do this with me, especially because I don't know what I'm doing. But you know what? So do a lot. So don't a lot of others. So this could be really fun for all of us to start together. I mean, I'm brand new. So, hi, Shannon. I thought I saw you. I was like, there's so many people. Hi, Christine. So, seriously, you guys, if you're on the fence, get off that fence. This is going to be great. Going to watch. Oh, okay, you missed it. Okay, well, get on and you'll hear all about it. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat, and I will get back to you. Okay. Thanks for coming on. Bye, guys.